press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello dear students, so let me continue one more lecture from systems of particles and rotational motion. So let me cover few different problems in this session, and next I will do assignment sheet questions. Already we sent an assignment sheet to you, so next I am going to solve problems from assignment sheet, and some of the questions are not yet covered in that assignment sheet. So let me cover some different questions on conservation of angular momentum, and some different models I am going to cover in this session. So write down a simple question: find acceleration of the system as shown. So they given a pulley and mass system is given. So find acceleration of the system. Find acceleration of the system as shown. They given this one. They given a pulley. Okay. I think you remember some Atwood's machine concept. And a string is wrapped like this. Let us suppose this mass is something m, and a string is wrapped on a pulley. Let us consider capital M is greater than small m, and I is the moment of inertia of the pulley. See, you covered already same questions in laws of motion. In laws of motion, we neglected the mass of the pulley. Here, mass of the pulley also considered. Mass of the pulley is m, I is the moment of inertia about this axis, and r is the radius of the pulley. R is the radius of the pulley. And see, a wire is wrapped on pulley like this. So this is like a pulley mass system concept. So this problem is like a pulley block problem. Okay, you can write the heading like a pulley and block problem in rotatory motion. Now let us see how to get this acceleration of this pulley. Acceleration of the mass or acceleration of the system. Anyhow, in previous chapter you know the mass of the pulley is negligible and frictionless everything, and you know A is equal to G into m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2. I hope you remember acceleration formula. Here too, if whenever the moment of inertia is given, you can use the torque. Why? Because here if this block move downwards with an acceleration A, no doubt it will move upwards with an acceleration A, and the string is wrapped on pulley and moment of inertia also given. And about this center, see here you know there will be some tension T1 because masses are different, tensions are different. Here the tension is T2. Earlier in a previous chapter, T is the tension in the string, but here this string applies some force on this, pulley also apply a force on this, some stretching force, okay, in different direction. So this string will try to pull this pulley right side. Okay, it will create some torque about this point O. This tension will create some torque about O. Of course, this tension also creates some torque about this point O. Okay, so due to this tension about O, some torque equation we are going to get here. Okay, earlier just we calculated, just I used some free body diagram formula. We got two equations, and after solving we got A is equal to m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into G. Here you take the two conditions, one is translational equilibrium, other one is the rotational equilibrium. Means you can take the torque and you can take the free body diagram concept. So let me write first free body diagram of M. So let me draw the free body diagram of capital M, this one. No doubt mg act downwards, tension upwards, body moving downwards. Okay, this is for what? Capital M. Then what is the net force? Net force is very clear. Net force is MA. Clear? Have seen this one? MA, it's not visible. So let me write this side. Net force Fr is equals to mg minus T1. What is Fr? MA. Mg minus T1. Okay. So MA is equals to Mg minus T1. And let us write the free body diagram for this. So this is for what? For capital M. For small m, Fr is equals to, for small m is moving up, so T2 minus Mg. What is this Fr? MA T2 minus Mg. Let us take equations 1 and 2. So I got two equations. Okay. Let us write T1 equation from this, T2 equation from this, so that I can use this T1, T2 in the next steps. So what is the T1 actually here? T1 is equals to Mg minus Ma. Tell me the T2 value. T2 value Mg plus Ma. So I got T1 formula, T2 formula, tension and tension in the first string, tension in the next other side, not first one, only one string only. So let us take the torque about O. Taking torque about O. Taking torque about O. If I take the torque about O, so the torque about O, which is equivalent to I alpha. Torque about O is alpha. Why? Because it will rotates with an angular acceleration alpha, angular velocity omega, and theta is the angular displacement. So take torque about O as I alpha. This torque nothing but force into distance, and this will create some torque about O. This will create some torque about O. So we can write T1 minus T2 into distance. What is the distance? R. Okay. One is clockwise, other one is anti-clockwise. So for this clock, for this anti-clock, that's why I am taking T1 into R minus T2 into R. Nothing but T1 minus T2 into R. I alpha. Alpha we can write A by R. A is equal to R alpha. Alpha we can write A by R. So substitute T1, T2 values here. What is T1? Mg minus Ma minus T2 value substitute here, minus Mg minus Ma and I A by R square. Okay. Take A term any one side, because our target is to find out acceleration. So M minus M into G, M into G. Take these two values to the right side. IA by R square plus MA plus capital MA. Now take A common here. M minus M into G I by R square small m capital M into A. Asking to find acceleration of the pulley block system. So A is equals to M minus M into G by I by R square small m plus capital M. See, this is the acceleration of the system. See, extra I am getting I by R square term. Okay. If a moment of inertia is not given, then that is like a problem, like a loss of motion. So here, if there is no moment of inertia, this becomes 0. Then what is the answer? Like a difference between the masses into gravity by sum of the masses. So same answer I am getting. Directly we can write the answer. Okay, if moment of inertia is given, extra I by R square will come. So this is the problem based on pulley and block. Okay. So let me continue some of the questions based on this. You take this. Yeah. See the one more question. So let me give some data. Better you write the data. So let me give the question. A solid cylinder of mass m, radius r. They given a solid cylinder of mass m, radius r. So write down the data. Solid cylinder of mass m, radius r, is mounted on a frictionless horizontal axle is mounted on a frictionless horizontal axle so that it can freely rotate about this axis, A string of negligible mass is wrapped around the cylinder. A string of negligible mass is wrapped around the cylinder. Maintain the question. A string of negligible mass is wrapped around the cylinder as shown. The mass is released from rest. Then find the tension in the string. The mass is released from rest. Then find the tension in the string and angular speed of the cylinder. Angular speed of the cylinder as mass falls a distance small h. As the mass falls a distance small h. You try to read the problem. I will give what they given actually. See the given cylinder and that is rotated on some axle, and a wire is wrapped on the cylinder, and other end of the wire is connected to a block of mass small m, that also given in diagram. See from the diagram only we can understand what we have to find. See the diagram first, then we will get some clarity. So the given a cylinder whose mass is mentioned m. Let us take mass of the cylinder is capital M, radius is r. It is rotating about this axle. They given this diagram, and a wire is wrapped like this. Wire is wrapped on the cylinder, other end of the wire connected to the mass. Other end of the wire is connected to the mass m. So they given this diagram actually. What is our target is, see directly I can draw the diagram. So they given a cylinder that is fixed in a one axle and rotated about its own axis. About this axis it is rotating, and a block of mass m connected to the wire, and this wire is wrapped on a cylinder. Okay. If this block moves a distance h, then this cylinder will rotate about this fixed axis, and this cylinder will have some angular displacement theta rotations, and this cylinder will rotate with some angular velocity omega, and this block move down with a linear speed v. If this is increases, automatically angular speed also increases, because these two are proportional. If linear speed of the block is increases, angular speed of cylinder also increases. Now see, this is the scenario, this is the question actually. What they are asking is, what is the tension in the string? What is the tension in the string, and what is the angular speed of rotation of the cylinder? Okay. So nothing is given means cylinder nothing but what? Solid cylinder. Okay. If nothing otherwise they will mention hollow cylinder. Right now this is a solid cylinder. So nothing is given means you keep in mind that is a solid. Solid cylinder formula mr square by 2 about this axis. Okay, if you cut one piece, that piece is looks like a what? Circular disc. So solid cylinder formula mr square by 2. Now let us find first what is linear acceleration. Once you know linear acceleration, we will get the angular acceleration and linear velocity, angular velocity, everything we can find. Let us see first free body diagram concept. Draw the free body diagram for a small m. So for a small m, this is t, weight of the block. So it is moving downwards with an acceleration a. So we can write mg minus t, which is equivalent to what? Ma for this small m. Okay. So for small m, mg minus t is equals to ma. Keep this is equation number 1. And torque, because of the tension, torque due to tension is, see, the perpendicular distance is what? This is a cylinder, perpendicular distance is r. So tau is equals to I alpha, this tau we can write it as T into R. I is what? mr square. So, what is this m? Capital M. Capital M R square by 2. Alpha is what? A by R. Let us see what are the masses exactly, whether the masses are same, no, different masses. So, R square R cancelled. Then I got tension as M A by 2. I got tension as M A by 2. Substitute this tension here. So, from 1 what is 1? Small mg minus T is equals to Ma. So, small mg minus T, what is T? M A by 2 M A. So, small mg which is equivalent to Ma plus Ma by 2. So, mg is equals to A into 2 small m plus capital M by 2. 2, yeah, what is A now? 2mg by 2m plus capital M. So, I am getting acceleration as 2mg by 2m plus m. What is the tension? Tension is equals to Ma by 2. So, Ma by 2. So, 2 is there. M, what is A? 2mg by 2m plus capital M, and this 2 is there. So, tension in the string I got it as small m capital M g by 2m plus capital M. Verify the calculation. Simply see, I am taking free body diagram formula and I am taking torque. Just I combine the two equations, then I got acceleration of the block. I got the linear acceleration. This is what linear acceleration. This is the tension in the string. So, tension in the string. But what is our target? Angular velocity. So, they are asking tension in the string and angular speed. Tension in the string and angular speed. Angular speed means omega. Tension anyhow, got it. To get the angular speed, let me use from law of conservation of energy. See, once if you move, see here it covers some distance h. So, there is a loss in potential energy and here some gain in kinetic energy. So, from law of conservation of energy, let me write direct one step. From law of conservation of energy, here the energy for this block is available in the form of potential energy, that is small mgh, which is equivalent to 2. The disk is, cylinder is rolling and that will have a kinetic energy half. So, half I omega square. Okay, half I omega square, and v is the linear speed. So, we can write half m v square, this one, this is the linear speed. Okay, gain is, this will gain some kinetic energy, half m v square. So, substitute the values and extend it. Here the space is possible. Here the space is not sufficient. So, take up to here, take up to the left part, let me rub the left part. I is the moment of inertia of the cylinder. I am using from law of conservation of energy, mgh is equal to half I omega square and half mv square. This mv square is for block. So, let me rub this part. So, what is the equation? mgh is equals to half I omega square, I nothing but mr square by 2 omega square, half m v square. Okay. If you want v is equal to, you can write r omega, you will get the answer. So, m it is not cancelled, mgh half, this is m r square by 2 omega square. So better let us write this v as a r omega now, it's better. Let us reduce one step. V is equals to r omega. So r square omega square. Take omega square as common, r square also common. So if I take omega square r square common, m by 4 plus small m by 2. Okay. So m g h omega square r square. So 2m, this is how much? M plus 2m by 4. So omega square is equals to 4mgh. You simplify the equations. 4mgh capital M plus 2m, capital M plus 2m, and capital M plus 2m r square. And what is omega? Omega is equal to root of 4mgh. Otherwise you can take this 4 outside. So r square capital M plus 2m. So this is the angular speed of the cylinder. So verify the calculations. Okay, calculation is left to you. So please verify the calculations each and every step. So I got 4mgh r square capital M plus 2m into r square. Verify this calculation. See the process, you try to follow it. First I applied free body diagram, I got one equation. Next I taken the torque because of this tension, I got second equation. I combined both equations, then I got the tension in the string, I got the acceleration. To get the angular speed, here if the speed is increases, it will gain some kinetic energy. It will gain some kinetic energy, and potential energy of this, which is equivalent to gain in kinetic energy. Loss in potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy, mgh, which is equivalent to half I omega square plus half m v square, and simplify the equations. Take this v as a r omega. For suppose if they ask you to find linear speed of this, if they ask you to find the linear speed of this, then you write omega as v by r. Then in place of omega you write v by r. If I take v by r, these are cancelled, you will get v is equals to linear speed of the block, which is equivalent to 4mgh by m plus 2m. Why? Because omega is equal to what? V is equal to r omega, omega is equal to v by r. R gets cancelled. What is the linear speed? So if they ask the linear speed, v is equals to omega by r. So v is equals to root of 4mgh r square, it will come out, becomes r. So answer is m plus 2m. So this is the linear speed of the block. So this type of question you try to solve it. So by using law of conservation of energy, we can find the angular speed, otherwise we can find the linear speed. Otherwise let me give one more question to get some confidence. So write down the next one. So I don't want to add the lengthy thing, let me give the diagram. So by the diagram only you can understand what we need to find. So take this first. Concept is clear because free body diagram concept, torque concept, and by combining both got the tension, acceleration, and next conservation of energy principle. Okay. So if they ask you to find only linear speed or angular speed, better you can go for direct conservation of energy concept. That is enough. Okay. So without calculating tension and acceleration, we can find the linear speed. Let me give one or two questions. See, find linear velocity of the block when it is released from rest as shown. Find linear velocity of the block when it is released from rest as shown in figure. Moment of inertia is given I. K is the spring constant, block of mass is M. Yeah, they given this diagram. So block starts from rest. Block starts from rest. So they given this diagram. I is the moment of inertia of the pulley. Pulley nothing but disc. Disc nothing but mr square by 2. So keep in mind, m is the what? Okay, you get the answer in terms of I, because nothing is given. If they given m is the capital M is the mass, you can use capital M r square by 2. If 2 kg is given, 2 into r square. If r is given 1 meter, 2 into 1 square by 2. So you can take the values based on the given question. Here, see, if this block move down, then there is a loss in energy. So what is the energy loss here? mgh. And what is the gain? Again the same, half mv square plus half I omega square. So the very simple is, from law of conservation of energy, loss in potential energy, which is equivalent to gain in kinetic energy, half I omega square. What they are asking? Linear speed. So linear speed, so no need to change this one, you change this. So mgh half mv square half I, you change this one, v square by r square, if r is the radius. R is the radius of the pulley. So mgh, let us take half v square common, small m plus I by r square. V square is equals to 2mgh divided by m plus I by r square, and v is equals to what? Root of 2mgh m plus keep I by r square. If I is mr square by 2, capital mr square by 2, if I is capital mr square by 2, m r square by 2, r square cancelled, capital M by 2, capital M by 2, and you take the LCM, 4mgh by m plus 2m you will get. Okay, like a previous problem. And see, one more thing I forgot here, spring energy I forgot. Spring will gain some energy, so sorry, you write one more energy due to spring, half kx square. Sorry, change this, because I forgot the spring. I thought only wire is there, so sorry. Because the spring will gain some kinetic energy, okay, because of the block, motion of the block, the spring gains some energy, kinetic energy, sorry, potential energy, half k x square, gain in energy, okay. So take half k x square left and take this 2 first, 2mgh, this 2 taken already left side, minus kx square, this is kx square already taken left and 2 also taken left, kx square, 2mgh minus kx square, v square if you take common, m plus I by r square, then what is v? So v square already taken common, so v is equals to 2mgh minus kx square m plus I by r square. Verify the calculations, just you find v value. Earlier I forgot this half kx square because left side spring is there, I thought only wire is there. So for a spring there is a gain in potential energy, half kx square. Left side is loss, right side is gain. Gain in potential kinetic energy of the block, and pulley will rotates. So the rotational kinetic energy, gain in potential energy of the spring, loss in energy, right side gain in energy. Yeah, let us try one more question. I will give you one more, you try this one. Just you write the equation and you verify the calculations. Block Same questions are there in laws of motion, but that is different. Here pulley mass is considered, pulley moment of inertia considered. Earlier we are not considered the mass of the pulley. So here 3m. Question is same. Find linear speed. Find the linear speed. Write the equation only. Loss in energy is equal to gain in energy. Of course, loss in potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy. What are the equations? Once this block will move down, it will gain some kinetic energy, loses potential energy. Okay, and here this surface, let us suppose something mu. Yeah, tell me the equations first. Only equation you write it. Calculation is left to you. You tell me the equations. What is the loss? Loss in energy is 3mgh. Only one loss. 3mgh. Gain. This will move with a speed half mv square. If it moves downwards with a speed v, this also move with a speed v, and this one also move with a speed v, half 3m v square. Kinetic energy of this, kinetic energy of this. Pulley, half I omega square, because it rotates with an angular velocity omega. See, I am getting, and see, half I omega square for pulley, and due to the friction, F into S, due to the frictional work done is F into S. So actually that is minus Fs, but let me write here now Fs. F nothing but mu mg and S. Let us suppose S nothing but what? If it covers h meter, so this S nothing but h. If the 3m block moves h distance, block on horizontal surface also moves h distance. So work done by the frictional force. So this is potential energy, and remaining also work done by the block of mass m, 3m, and rotational work done, and work done by the frictional force. See, simplify all, you convert this omega in terms of v by r, you take v square common, you will get the v value. So the follow the process. Loss in potential energy is equal to gain in energy. Which one is loss, which one is gain? Take this and try to extend the calculations. Let me give one more question, and I will enter into the one problem based on conservation of angular momentum. So these are some calculation based questions. Write down. Two metal discs of radii small r, 2r. They given two metal discs. This is one disc. Of radii, one is smaller, other one is 2 times of r. Mass is m to m, are fixed on a axis, are fixed on a axle as shown, are fixed on a axle as shown, as shown. A block of mass small m, a block of mass small m, m naught, you can write m naught, because a block of mass m naught is attached to the smaller disk, is attached to the smaller disk. If block released from rest, then linear speed of the m naught is, linear speed of the m naught, linear speed of the m naught is. Yeah, let me give the question in a simple way. They given two circular discs whose mass is m and 2m, whose radius are given r and 2r. They placed coaxially, they placed coaxial. Coaxial means, you know, this one end to the other end, okay, end to end, like a series. So they placed coaxially on an axle, and these discs are rotating. A wire is wrapped on the smaller disc, and other end of the wire is connected to the m naught mass. And see, m naught is moving down, so there is a loss in potential energy, that is equivalent to gain in kinetic energy. Which one will gain kinetic energy? This block kinetic energy is half mv square, and this entire system, this is fixed, they attached. This system will gain some rotational kinetic energy. So what is the loss here? M GH, which is equivalent to gain is half mv square and remaining is half I omega square. This I is the moment of inertia of the disk system. I is the moment of inertia of this system. Okay. So here m naught, this is m naught because m naught GH. So m naught, let me write here, m naught GH half mv square plus half I, moment of inertia of the two disks. Tell me, what is the formula for this disk about the center? Mr square by 2, small m r square by 2 plus 2m into 2r square by 2. Is it correct? For smaller disk, mr square by 2. For the bigger disk, mr square by 2. M nothing but 2m, r nothing but 2r by 2. Into what? Omega square. Omega nothing but v square by r square. Okay. So let me take the r as what? Smaller. No, we cannot take smaller. So take the v, yeah, because smaller radius, it is rotating with angular speed omega. Yeah, this is okay, smaller. So strike off some terms. Take this 2 left, 2m naught gh. Simplify the equations. mv square plus r square cancelled. Okay. So let me write one more step, and m r square by 2, m r square by 2, this 2 already taken left, so this 2 strike off. So how much it is now? 4m r square into v square by r square. R square gets cancelled. 2m naught gh mv square plus m by 2 4. How much it is now? 9m by 2 v square. Check the calculation. I am getting something 9m. Verify the calculations. 4 2 8 9 9m by 2. Okay. 2m naught gh v square. If I take common, so 2m, I am getting some different values. What is this? This is half mv square, nothing but half mv square of this one. This is m naught. So 2m naught 9m by 2. So v square is equals to 4m naught gh. This is half m v naught square because it will gain some kinetic energy. 4m naught gh 2m naught plus 9m v is equals to root of 4m naught gh 2m naught plus 9m. See, only calculation will plays the main role and identify loss in energy and gain in energy, which is going to lose the energy, which is going to gain the energy. And just you substitute some equations, mgh and half mv square, half kx square. If spring is there, half kx square. Otherwise half mv square. If pulley is there, half I omega square. Write the correct equations. Balance the equations, means loss in energy, gain in energy. And if they ask you to find linear speed, you change omega in terms of v. If they ask you to find angular speed, you change omega in terms of v. Okay, omega is v by r. And simplification, that is left to you, you simplify it. Simplify these equations. Only calculation will plays the main role. Now let us find some angular momentum problems. See, these are some good level of questions. Try to practice it. It will help a lot in JEE level. Let us find 1 or 2 questions based on conservation of angular momentum. Anyhow, we know from law of conservation of angular momentum, We can write I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2. Let me give one problem, proper question. So these type of questions are not covered exactly in your assignment sheet. That's why I am taking these questions now. Write down. A uniform rod of mass m, length L, can rotate freely. A uniform rod of mass m, length L. Uniform rod of mass m, length L, can rotate freely on a smooth horizontal plane about a vertical axis. On a smooth horizontal plane about a vertical axis as shown. Okay. So the mass is given m, L is the length, and a point mass small m, the given point mass small m, coming with a initial speed u, coming with a initial speed u, perpendicular to the rod and strikes the rod, then find angular speed of the rod just after the collision. Find angular speed of the rod just after the collision. So very simple, in a simple way, they given a rod of mass m, length L, hinged at O, fixed at O on a horizontal surface, and another mass same identical, means mass is same, a point mass which is moving with a speed u strikes the rod perpendicularly. Okay, strikes the rod perpendicularly. They given the distance, sorry I didn't mention, the distance is given, it strikes at a 3L by 4, mention it, this distance is given, otherwise impossible to find. Okay, strikes the rod at a distance of 3L by 4 from the hinge. Then after the collision, what is the speed, angular speed of this rod? If it strikes, it will have some angular speed omega about this point. Let us see how to get this one. Anyhow, this problem like a conservation of angular momentum. We know L is equals to what? I omega. So what is angular momentum? L is equals to I omega. L nothing but mvr. I hope you remember the formula mvr, which is equivalent to I omega. M v nothing but u, r nothing but 3L by 4. I is the moment of inertia about this point. See, this is one end. So one end means ml square by 3, and see, and particle is at this distance. Okay, about one end is ml square by 3, and particle is strikes at a distance of 3L by 4, m 3L by 4 whole square. This is the moment of inertia. Asking to find omega, so just omega you simplify it. Masses you can strike off on both sides, because this mass and this mass will be same, they mentioned. If it is different, you substitute the values, so no need to worry. So 3UL by 4, and if I take L square common, what is this one? 1 by 3 plus 9 by 16 omega. 1 L you can strike off it. 3U by 4L, this is 48, 16, 27 omega. Any chances? 4 1s are 4 2s are 3U by L. So this is how much it is? 13. So 3 43 12 omega. 27 37 43 by 12. So 12 3s are 40 36. Omega is equals to 36U by 43L. Verify the calculation, check it please. 36U, I am getting 36U by 43L. Yeah. So after the collision, the rod moves with an angular speed of how much? 36 u by 43 L. So this is one of the good question. Practice these type of questions. It will helps in NEET and other level of exams. Let us try one more question. They given a rod, some beads are there at the center. Once the rod set into rotation, the beads will move away. Then what happens to the angular momentum of the rod? Once the beads are moves away. Beads nothing but small ring. Don't worry, I will give the proper question. So write down a rod of mass 4m, length L. Write down problem. A rod of mass small m, length a rod of mass 4m, rod of mass 4m, length L, having two beads at its center, small rings, two beads at its center, whose mass is m, bead, small ring. If the rod set into rotate about its center, and perpendicular to the length, then find angular velocity of each bead. Yeah. Say the rod of mass is how much they given? 4m. What is the length? L. And initially the rod fixed at this point, means the beads are placed at the center. Okay. Let us suppose initially it moves with an angular velocity something omega. Okay. If this is set into rotation, so here initial angular velocity is not mentioned actually. So let us suppose omega is the initial angular velocity. Once the rod set into rotation, then the beads are moves to the end. So let us suppose initially is omega, and once the rod set into rotation, what is the first one? Let me write here I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2. Initially I am taking omega. Initial moment of inertia about the center, when two beads are at its center, is m L square by 12. M is the mass of rod, 4m L square by 12. This is initial moment of inertia. And final angular velocity is different. Once the beads will come at this end, if the beads are at center, it rotates with an angular speed omega. If the beads reaches the end, if the beads reaches the end, then it will rotate with some different angular speed, omega 2, and each bead is here. Now I2 nothing but when beads reaches the end. So what is I2? M nothing but 4m L square by 12 for rod, and bead is at what distance? L by 2. M L square by 4 m L square by 4 into omega 2. Target is to find out omega 2. So mass is anyhow same, you can strike off this mass, strike off. L square also you can strike off. Then 4, 3, this is omega by 3, speed up the calculations, and this is 1 by 3, this is 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 1 by 2, omega 2. Omega by 3, this is 6, 5, check the calculations, omega 2, omega 2 is equals to 2 by 5 omega. Initially the rod rotates with some angular speed omega. Once the beads are moving to the right, it rotates with something new angular speed, omega dash, means with what angular speed it has to rotate, so that the beads will move towards the end of each rod. Okay, end of one rod. See one more small question and I will stop this class now. let us write one small question based on this and I will stop this. Add one more last question. A uniform rod of mass m length 2a, they given a uniform rod of mass m length they mentioned 2 times of a, 2 times of a, is allowed to fall under gravity, is allowed to fall under gravity, is allowed to fall under gravity with AB in horizontal, with AB in horizontal, with AB in horizontal, with AB in horizontal as shown, as shown. When the speed of the rod is v, 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 the end A is fixed. Suddenly the end A is fixed. When the speed of the rod is v, suddenly the end A is fixed. End A is fixed. Then find angular speed with which it begins to rotate. Find angular speed with which it begins to rotate. So, simple question given in some case level papers. See, first a rod of length is how much? 2a. Mass is m, that allowed to fall freely. Rod is falls freely. Suddenly the end A is fixed. Rod falls freely. After some time it will gain some velocity v. When the velocity of the rod is v, then at that time end A is fixed. This is fixed. Once it is fixed, rod rotates. If this rod rotates, what is the angular speed of rotation? So, very simple here. Again the same. Once the rod is fixed, we can use again L is equals to I omega. When it moves with a linear speed, mvr, mvr, r nothing but what? A. R is nothing but A. And I, rod is fixed at one end. Fixed at one end means ml square by 3. So, m L square nothing but 2a square by 3. Mass cancelled. 3va which is equivalent to 4a square omega. So, omega I am getting 3v by 4 times of a. So, this is the angular speed of the rod when end A is fixed. Initially the rod allowed to fall so that it will gain some velocity v after some time. Whenever the rod gains velocity v, the end A is fixed. Once the end A is fixed, it rotates with an angular velocity omega. Then again I am using the same concept, L is equals to I omega. Not only this one, if a particle hits in a small time interval, then you can use angular impulse formula. I think you remembered angular impulse. Okay. So, like in a momentum, you know P is equal to mv. Here angular impulse, angular momentum which is equivalent to tau into t, force into time, torque into time. Okay. So, here I am getting angular velocity is 3v by 4a. So, still so many different models are available if you open some other books. So, if you open different books, definitely we will see different numericals. So, but in all these something 25, 26 classes, some number of classes, I covered the concepts. So, my suggestion is please prepare the concepts thoroughly. Problems are so many, calculations, I made small mistakes in calculation, that is common. Don't worry about the calculations, that calculation you try to increase yourself. Okay. So, calculation part is yours. My target is to cover only concepts. Even though I covered number of variety of questions I covered, those are useful for JEE and NEET. So, use all these knowledge and try to solve the problems from assignment sheet. In assignments nearly some 180 questions are given. So, let me solve some questions in the next session. But before that, see, in that 180 questions, most of the questions are covered. Maybe 1 or 2 different will be there everywhere. I am going to continue few questions from your assignment sheet. Okay. So, thank you. Let me stop this system of particles and rotary motion conceptual teaching. Let me enter some assignment problems in the next session. Okay. Thank you.